like in the beginning.
So, do you go looking for knowledge, or do you just like let it come to you?
I feel like it's a combination of the two. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you should always be seeking out new information. Um, but a lot of times new information comes to you and it's on you to retain that and apply it.
Is all information good information?
Hell no.
Come on, bro.
So how do you decipher it?
But I guess you would cross-reference it with the other information that you got.
7.
Say that again.
I said I guess you would cross-reference
You
it
see who
with
never
other
wins.
information you got, and not just with other information, but things that you know to be true. So as opposed to like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I know that, I don't know, if I know for a fact this is cognac, right? And you say, okay, yeah, man, you show me this and you say, yeah, man, all tequilas look like this. Now, tequilas might look like that. Right? You may have some that look like that, but I know that that's a cognac.
I know most tequilas to be clear, so if you told me that was tequila, I would think like either that's some special brand.
Okay, so you
or-
would cross-reference it with previous information that you know to be true, well, or you may have some sort of truth to it.
But isn't that my reality? Because
Mhm.
I'm be honest, I've been exposed to things around hanging around you guys, like restaurants,
Exquisite.
and shit like that. Yeah, so that's new to me.
Who's it on? It's on me.
Left of the dealer.
Left of the dealer.
Left
That's
of the
that's
deal.
new information to me. Like, the tiers in the restaurants and the what was the other the where they sell the stuff separately?
Oh, a la carte.
carte.
Yeah, that's all news to me. So
Mhm.
if somebody sat down and told me that stuff, I wouldn't necessarily reject it, but at the same time, that ain't really my realm. So would I care for the information? Even though I'm personally trying to get into that realm, but like for the average Joe, like if they don't care for it, like how would that go?
Well, I mean, that's a big thing, right? Saying if you care for information versus if can you retain the information, right? So a lot of what I find a lot of times is people will know things or have heard things many times, the information right in front of them, but they don't care to
Yellow.
retain the information. Whatever it may be them, their personality, it may be their subconscious that
Go ahead,
Draw
Reed.
to stop this thought process.
Yeah.
it may be their subconscious that decides that this is not pertinent or valuable information, so they don't retain it. But they had the information all along.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that could lead to, in the future, that useful. It might have been useful in the future, but you chose at that time based on what you knew at that time to decide this ain't useful. Imagine if you went to school and you decided at 6 that reading wasn't useful.
You be a dumb motherfucker.
Yeah.
But then that's when it comes into play where it's just
It's
like,
on me, right?
yeah, that's when it comes into play because now you at
Blue.
6, you might not know much, but you say to yourself, okay, do I need this information? If you've already made the conscious decision
Green.
to say I don't need to,
Green.
if you already made the conscious decision to say that I don't need to read at 6, going forward now, how does that go when it comes to receiving new information?
Well, that's my point, right? That's my point.
Pick a play.
It's obvious that we should know how to read to go forward in life successfully, right? We know that because we're older. We're past that point.
I just want to interject one because I want to answer. You're on a question that I want to ask.
Pick and play.
Do you add value to those? Like if you were
Green.
actually you are a CEO of a company, right? If someone presented a resume to you and they had no school experience, but they are well connected and in the field, versus someone who had a plethora of degrees to show that they know what they're talking about, they understand the language, who stands out to you more?
All right. So in that
That's on me.
aspect,
What's the color?
Green.
I would personally have to interview both applicants,
Oh, no.
right? To see, well, yeah, you may not have a formal education, but like you said, they had connections, right? Did these connections foster experience? did this come from
Of course, if it's on the resume.
But
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So now, when I weigh that aside from you saying, "Oh, I read it in a book," right?
Yeah, they never had no experience in the
Take a break.
field. They just got the highest level of the field.
Now, but this is why I
There's
say
a paper
now I have
to show that they actually understand the highest level of the field.
Yeah, well, we've all passed classes that we probably don't remember shit from.
Speak for yourself, brother. I didn't cheat. I remember everything.
Okay, the guy who never cheated. We gonna leave it at that.
Wait, you never cheated on a test? in
Hey,
school?
Listen.
Why you listening to him?
Come on,
Listen.
man.
Listen.
Cut it out.
Listen.
Cut it out.
Listen.
man.
It's not called cheating if you pay somebody else to do the work shit for you, right?
It's not,
It is, bro.
it's
You're
not cheating if you
Let
don't
me-
get caught.
Ah.
cheating. Well, we're not gonna get into cheating, but cheat is on me.
Yeah.
It's on you.
To me, I think cheating is subjective to where you
no,
place it at. See, that's cheating right there, because he won. But in all seriousness, I really do feel like, when it comes to knowledge, I had a recent back and forth about just Black history, right? And one of the things that came across to me was this, that me personally, I feel like when it comes to stuff like that, like some people aren't familiar with our upbringing and how I'm talking about the real natural upbringing, coming back from like where we actually started from, not just the Americanized. I got told that there's no other way to deliver the news or the information other than harsh. And I feel like if there's a different way to let people aware of what's going on, because let's keep it a buck, not everybody's aware of what's going on. But if we talking about pure unity amongst our community, do you believe that there's a way to deliver the message in a way that all of us can understand? Because you've walked past guys on the street preaching.
No, there's not a way to deliver the message so that everyone can understand. If you're talking specifically about Black people and understanding like Black history past America, no, there's not a way that you.
But is there a way to avoid the aggression behind it?
Yeah, of course.
Right.
But everyone won't understand that. And if you do it the opposite way and you're too harsh, everyone won't understand that. And even if you found a medium and you was able to reach those two groups of people, you have the people that are so brainwashed that they're not going to hear none of that anyway.
Yeah.
What's your definition of brainwashed?
Believing what the other people have told you.
Who are the other people?
Yo.
Let's talk about it.
I like what my man right here is doing.
This is real shit, because obviously I hate to use social media as a topic of conversation, but a lot of it is predicated on what we do as a society now. You have people who throughout the Black Lives Matter felt like most of it was performative. You know what I mean?
Okay,
And
okay.
you also have folks who felt like they were doing things, but it was for self. How do we eliminate that all based on knowledge? Because a lot of us aren't going to be receptive to that knowledge, but how do we create a medium to say, like, yo, this is the facts, regardless of the emotions behind it, let's band together and let's do something about it?
To kind of answer what you're saying, I get what he's saying, but I feel like it's almost impossible to get everybody on one accord for information, because I feel like what Jahia was saying about people just being brainwashed, some people are just not going to be receptive to new information at all.
Like, all right, boom. I'll give you a perfect example. I'm going to use his shirt. I like the shirt, especially going with the topics.
Black owned. Black owned.
Right. You see those two guys on the shirt, Dr. King and Malcolm X?
Yes.
Growing up, I always felt like Malcolm X was this dangerous,
Yeah,
bad
facts.
guy. This is how he
Facts.
portrayed him to you.
Mm-hmm.
I just because you brought it up, sorry to interject, but I felt like they were like yin and yang.
Yeah.
When I was growing up.
Yeah.
But
They
not so
had
much
the
like
peace-
scary, but like there
No,
was like.
that's
So
how
who
they
has
was.
a holiday? Who has a holiday and who doesn't?
Mm.
But I mean, I feel like that's based on what they were trying to promote. Like, you wouldn't give a holiday to somebody else trying to promote violence. You know what I'm saying?
Was he really promoting
That's
violence?
the point.
He wasn't promoting violence in
Okay.
directly.
Okay. Stop.
But he
Stop,
was
stop,
associated
Stop.
with it.
Stop. Right there.
Yeah,
Stop
that's your
right
answer right there.
Right? You just described him as you wouldn't give a holiday to someone who was promoting violence. Then when I asked you if he was promoting violence, you said he wasn't. So that
proves
right
the
there,
points. Yeah.
that right there, you know now that he didn't actually promote violence because you went and you sought out that information. You may have seen videos of him actually speaking.
Yes.
But growing up, you was taught that he promoted violence.
But
you was taught that he was a terrorist.
And that's
You
why
was-
Martin Luther King was the better one, because
exactly.
he was peaceful.
Right. But at the same time, like, you know, he wasn't dismissing violence either.
No,
Martin
he-
Luther King was on the record to say, like, yo, you know
He was
what?
pacifist. He was a pacifist. Yeah, I get that aspect.
So when you say
Was
by
he?
any means,
Was he?
when you wait, when you
that's,
say
that's what they taught us.
when you
Was
say
he?
by any
He
means,
was a registered gun owner.
Just because you own a gun don't mean you about
He
that
owned
life.
several guns in his home. He said that every black
But let me ask you-
family
hold on.
should own
Let
guns.
me
So
ask
was
you-
he really pacifist?
wait. Let me ask you.
I'll show you a video where he said he regrets telling.
Oh yeah, no, I do remember that video.
That's
yes,
what I'm trying to show you. Telling people to be so
Yes,
passive.
yes. He
But
died.
when
I've
you
seen
when
that
you
video.
when you ask, well, I mean, when you say on record by any means necessary,
By any means necessary.
I mean that opens the door for violence.
Ain't
does
that
it not?
what? Ain't that?
No,
What,
bro.
It does. It does open the door for violence. But when you talk about I'm gonna protect myself, I am gonna survive by any means
Of course,
necessary.
our people had to do what they had to do at the time. But when you, I'm just using. He said
Just
by
a-
any means necessary. So like I said, that opens the door for violence. So when now we talk about Malcolm X, it's just like, okay,
We talking about reactive violence, though.
Yeah,
we're not
it's not
talking about
bullying.
unprovocated
Yeah, it's not
violence.
bullying.
We talking about what am I supposed to do? Is it actually violent? How can you got to understand? Is it actually violence if I'm defending myself? Is it How could you describe someone as violent if they're defending themselves?
Facts.
true, but
Yellow.
I had a plan.
yellow,
Mm-hmm.
blue. But all I'm saying is this, like, you know,
Pick and play.
I don't know what the media was like during that time. I really don't.
He said blue, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming we all assuming what it could have been like. But, you know, Malcolm X ain't have a Twitter to really speak at the moment. You know what I'm saying?
He had a soapbox on the block in Harlem.
It's blue?
What you talking about?
It's still blue. Yes.
Uno. But that's what I'm trying to say to you. So,
Pick and
like,
play.
every time you see Malcolm X during that era and
So you, P.
they acting crazy,
Green.
Who's acting
Uno.
crazy?
Oh.
This nigga.
like the people associated with Malcolm X,
The people associated with Malcolm
well,
X was
the
acting
people
crazy?
within proximity. You know,
was
the
acting
one
crazy.
I'm saying crazy.
They was
because
militant. They wasn't crazy. They was
No,
militant.
no, that's what he said. That's what I'm trying to clarify. Who was acting crazy?
the
and what
folks,
is he
the
describing
folks
as
that
crazy?
were perpetrating the violence that was associated with Malcolm X.
Oh, you mean the FBI agents that was placed inside of his office?
I don't know
That's
nothing.
I'm
I
not
don't know
making
nothing
that
about
up.
So
I'm
tell
not
me,
making that
this
up.
is the information that I'm interested in now.
But this is what I'm saying. You may have come across this before. I'm sure you've heard that before.
I've heard FBI and Malcolm X associated. I've
Okay.
heard Martin Luther
And
King
at that
and FBI
time when you heard it,
associated.
and
Of
at
course.
that time when you heard it, you deemed that information not important.
No. What I deem that information as something that, to me, that's a black hole that I kind of don't want to go down because
Yeah, you're deeming that information not important. If
Yeah.
you're deeming
not
it,
important. I
you're
know
deeming it
it's
as
there.
information that you don't. What was the word that he used to describe? He doesn't care for.
Yeah.
That's information that you're deeming that you don't care for.
Maybe at that point in time, you might be
Yeah,
younger.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. But I'm just saying, this is why now when we bringing it back up, he's asking me to now give him that information.
Yeah.
So now
No. I'm asking,
pass
is
it
there
up.
a way to
It's my
make
turn.
that information
Whoa.
receptible to all kinds of us? But reality is, it's just like, all right, is there a way, or is there one person? I'll paint it to you like this. Is there one person amongst our community that can band us all together? Hold on. You shake your head no, but is there
Kevin
a way,
Hart. Nah, I'm
Is there-
playing. I'm playing.
Did
Is
y'all
there-
see the
hold
Don
on,
Cheadle
hold on.
interview?
That
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
was
yeah.
hilarious.
Hold
son.
on.
Damn.
Hold on. But is there a way that if, hypothetically speaking, if there's one person that can speak to all of us,
Reem, I'm sorry to cut you off. I thought about this for 2 years. What you asking? I said, yo, who's gonna be our Martin Luther King?
they don't have to be the
Who's
replica
gonna
of somebody else.
be? Who's gonna be our? I'm talking about our version. Who's gonna be
But
our?
Martin Luther King he didn't unite all of the people.
No, but I'm saying regardless, he was a a main component.
He asked for all. He said, "Who's gonna?"
Okay, so all is gonna be impossible.
Wait,
all
wait,
is gonna be
that's what I
impossible.
said, all is
Why though?
impossible.
Why? Why is it impossible? Why is
Because
uniting
we
all
we went
impossible?
over-
because
we
we
just went
have
over that.
different approaches to life in general. There's some people who are gonna be angry towards the other people all the time.
But how do, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying we got to solve the solution now, but what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, one, why does that exist? And two, what are we really frustrated at amongst ourselves?
It's hundreds
Of years, yes.
of brainwashing.
Yeah.
Bro. Hundreds of years of brainwashing. So you're not gonna get everybody.
No, it's on him.
There's some people who are generationally affected by that, and this is by design, bro. It's not like we're not talking about something that was done by accident or that just happened.
Right.
It's literally done by design. It was done to disadvantage people generationally. Yeah, inception.
Can I
people were
interject right
talking
there?
about
You
doing
see
things
how
like
you
that.
know that knowledge? How is that something that one person amongst us can put?
It can't because some people would just deem that to be untrue. Some people would straight up just deem it to be untrue. So because of what they've been taught previously, you know what I'm saying?
This is what I know.
Yeah.
This is what I know.
So from that, some people are gonna deem it untrue.
Yeah.
Period.
And
So
remember,
you're not gonna be able to convince
and
them.
remember, Reem, a lot of times, even you say, this is my reality, so I'm going to stick in my reality, you stick in yours. And a lot of people move like that, even as far as our history goes.
So let me ask you this: as 4 black men sitting at this table, do you value the information that the generations before us have? I mean, obviously we do, but like, how far do you take it when they say things that may seem to you outdated, but it's something that can be
It's
proven
yup,
later
sir,
on
P.
factual?
Oh.
How do you feel, like, how do you initially take that? Because to be honest, the generation before us have a certain bravado to them that makes us reject anything that they're saying to us. But if you hear it and it's something that, you know, might be, like you said, whether you reject it or not, like, how do you decipher the generation before us, the information that they give to us? Because you can do it with your parents, but now let's talk about somebody outside of that family, right?
But there's an issue with the generation before us, right?
Talk about it.
The generation before us, we talk about heavy drug use. We talk about we talk about things that like were done in that era to disrupt the community as a whole.
Green.
You know what I'm saying? Like, things took place. Like, you talk about like the story of like Freeway Ricky Ross and the things he was involved in, and you know, the operations that was going on behind the scene. When you talk about stuff like that, you talk about a community at large being set back. So the generation before us passing us information, it's like if there's a glitch in that, you know what I'm saying, in that link. So it's like to get the information from the generation before them, and from the generation before them, and these people and them type of things, like, you know what I'm saying, there's a gap, and that's where it come from. So when we're now taking the information from the generation before us, we're dealing with a generation that pretty much got screwed a little bit more than the other generations.
But in all fairness, isn't every generation screwed in some aspect?
Yeah.
So, but that's what I'm asking. Like, what can we?
All
like,
right. This would be the best way to put it. Progress, setback. Setback, progress.
Isn't that subjective?
I feel like mass
isn't that-
incarceration in the crack era was a setback.
But in retrospect,
So me.
Yeah,
black
green,
folks as a
green.
whole have come far, far enough
Take a
than
play.
compared to where we
Oh,
were
no, I
at.
can't do that.
As I
Go
said,
ahead, P.
that's the subjective part, because it's just like you may feel like progress, setback, but there are more revenues, more accessible to us. It might not be the whole plate.
What I think you mean to say is there's more information readily available for the rest of us.
That too, but you know, I don't think that's what do you consider a setback?
Like he just said, mass incarceration.
Mass incarceration.
Right.
The
crack
cocaine
era, that was
epidemic.
crazy
Yeah.
setback.
Okay, but
It's led to a lot of
Can-
violence in the neighborhoods.
can you
It's
name
led to
some
the
posi-
rise of
There,
gangs.
there's certain neighborhoods
This-
still to this day that still haven't recovered from them.
can you name some positives?
Towards what, though?
Us. There has to be some positives.
We had a black president,
That's it.
Besides that,
and we'll leave it at that.
Just
that's all we got.
I mean, you tell me.
Yeah, tell me one.
I
Tell me one.
feel like
We dominate the NBA.
yeah,
Like
we're able to open businesses. more
Been doing
business.
that.
Been
doing that.
able to do
But,
that.
but I'm
Wall
saying
Street.
like there's more
Been doing that.
Black Wall Street.
No,
brother.
you gotta talk
We've
about
been
something
doing
that
It's
since then
significant and unique.
that we have one positive since we're talking about the crack era. Since the crack era, one positive that we've had
well,
as a collective.
I'm gonna go on record. This is my opinion. I
Yeah.
feel like
Black Twitter.
Yeah.
I feel like we have access to everything. We might not have the full access to everything, but we do have a lot more access to everything that we did before.
All right.
Depending on what it don't matter what it is you speak to. We do have a way to do it on our own.
Describe what's access. We've been had ways to do it on our own. We were doing it on our
That's
own
what I mean
prior
by-
to segregation.
Right.
The end of
Yeah.
segregation actually was a big setback
But-
in terms of what we were doing on our own.
Based on us, there's I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot, but there are a lot more resources towards us that are like beneficial to us. We might not see it in the grand scheme of things, but that's
Name
because
one.
It depends on your field.
You said a lot more.
He said just
Name
name one in any
It
field.
depends on your field.
He said name one in any field.
The internet, bro.
Is that significant and unique to
Black people. Yeah.
That is an advancement
Now, see,
in technology as
that
an
depends
overall.
on how we as a people use the internet. Because you said there's information out there, correct?
Yeah,
But you also know that there's a bunch of us that would rather spend time scrolling through Instagram, scrolling through Twitter,
bro,
instead of
we all
actually
got the internet at the
using
same time,
information.
though. We
Huh?
all got the internet at the same time.
Right, but I'm saying that's
Which means the internet was never held back from you.
but at the same time, it's like a library in a sense if used correctly.
Yeah,
And
but so is the library.
but what I'm saying that's something that we have in this generation that the generation before us didn't have.
Yes, they did.
They had internet.
Yes, because before the internet, I remember taking my library card and going down to the library.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the generation before us.
Yeah, my mom had a library card too.
The generation before that. I'm talking about past generations that actually gone through their own struggle. Like, how do we value what they're
Every
saying?
generation has gone through struggle.
But
But
how
you
do
see, we just went back 2 generations.
Yeah.
Hold on.
When you bring up the internet and say the internet is an advancement for us,
We're in this
then
generation.
there would have to be a time where you could tell me the internet was available to everyone, but not available to us. That didn't exist.
What I'm getting at is, I feel like every generation has something that they can teach the next, right?
Yes, of
But
course.
sometimes the generation that's in charge seems to reject the generation before us. Granted, situations and circumstance may dictate that, but how do we get to a medium where both generations can understand that this is something that needs to be said without there being no resistance? That's my only, not even just the generation before us.
won't happen.
I'm talking
Yeah,
about
it's never
That's
gonna
It won't
happen.
happen.
That
never gonna
actually
happen.
comes with a level of awareness and maturity that I don't think either generation has right
No,
now.
no generation, like no
But
race
is
has.
it impossible for us to achieve that?
That's impossible.
Hell
No,
yeah.
you're talking about something that spans a bunch. Hold on, John. You're talking about something that spans a whole bunch of demographics and races. You got to think about when you're young and your parent tell you not to do something, and they're doing it to tell you like not to do it in your favor, right? So you're not gonna get in trouble or this, that, third, or this is the quote unquote right way.
Right.
Yo, it could be the right way, and we're looking at them like, yeah, whatever, and still gonna do it. Like it doesn't matter if you're white, black, Indian. It doesn't matter. You're going to go against until you become or ever have enough experience of your own. You're gonna go against the grain until you get burned, get hurt, or live it yourself.
You know
said
what
it- wait.
you know what my father used to say to me? Those who don't hear must feel.
Yes,
Mhm.
I believe that.
Right? Why? Because like he just said, either you don't have enough experience or maybe you don't even trust the person who's giving you the information's judgment enough. It could be
Right.
any reason.
Right.
But I'm not hearing what you're saying. I don't care for what you're saying. So how would I now get that information? I gotta feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Something has to happen to trigger me to say, oh shit. You know what Reem was saying was correct.
Yes, y'all. We are live from Cloud9 Studios, Brooklyn, New York. Please, if you are interested, reach out to them and let them know that you are interested. Tell them CupsConvos sent you. But going back to the topic at hand, or at least the theme at hand, is just like getting heavy. I want to ask you guys something. As black men, we're all sitting here. You guys are entitled to all your opinions. But do you feel like we do enough as black men for the black woman?
Jaha, I think you have interesting look on your face. You want to go first?
Nah, I don't want to.
So the no.
I don't want to go first. I'll answer, but not first.
So
Kami's going.
all right, yeah. One, I would like to hear if Reem does enough for the black woman.
All right. I feel
But-
like I do enough for the black woman as far as I'm allowed to. Because at the end of the day, I am a man. And I feel like there is something that is promoted, especially amongst the black women, that they want to do things themselves. So I try not to overstep where I'm not invited. But at the same time, if I see a black woman doing something that she's, passionate about, anybody can do something for money. But if I see that she got a real passion, win or lose, draw, I'm promoting that. So I feel like the thing that I do for black women in my own personal leisure is just making sure that they get the promotion that they feel like they deserve on my end. You don't believe me?
Why are you looking like
But
that?
no, if that's his reality, it's fine.
No,
I'm
just
curious in his
look at
face, though. Like, what's
his
up?
face was
So you're
hilarious.
curious about the face?
Yeah.
Oh, I just wanted to know if you felt like promoting black women was doing enough for black
No,
women.
that's not a.
That's
no,
what
no.
I heard.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
what
just
I
an
heard, too.
example that I gave. That was one of the first examples. Obviously, I have my own company that I run. I have 2 companies that I run, and any opportunity that I get the chance to, where I feel like I need a woman's touch, or just anybody in general, and women are more welcome to come, I'll accept that. However, I am on the record saying that there are certain things where limitations are for, certain sexes.
A man's job.
Yes.
I don't know, bro.
Yes.
I heard and I'm supposed to be doing for black women, and all I
No,
heard is
because you asked
No,
me
they
that.
asked
I
him-
need a woman's
No,
touch.
but he said
You asked me directly. He asked me, what am I
him
doing for the black
he
woman?
doing.
Yeah, but just now in your response, I heard I need.
I'm running
and
the
I was gonna
business at
ask
the end
you,
of the day,
exactly.
bro. So for
look,
me,
look, does that serve the black woman or does that serve you?
it serves the black woman in this regard, because at the end of the day,
Thank God I ain't go first.
hold on, wait, no, I got this. It serves the black woman in this regard, because at the end of the day, I'm never gonna say no to a black woman as far as saying that she can't get an opportunity to work with me. There are businesses and there are situations where they say to themselves, "Yo, I'm just not even gonna fuck with her."
Never.
What do you mean never? Like never? Like
I'm asking you. What do you mean by never?
I mean, if she's a qualified candidate, of course. But I'm not gonna go into the situation saying because she's a black woman, I'm not even trying to hear what she's saying.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? There are companies who run like that. So I do my due diligence to eliminate that, to alleviate that, and at the end of the day, but I do give an extra incentive amongst my own people to say, like, yo, you know what? You might
Let
not
me see your Cash App history.
You would have to ask that gentleman over there.
I said your Cash App.
Why
history.
my Cash App history?
I want to see what you're doing for black women every day.
Come on, bro. You know I don't believe in that.
Wow.
You know I don't believe in that. I don't give a fuck. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. That's begging, bro. I don't believe in begging.
I didn't say anybody asked you.
No,
for
he's saying
anything. I
just
wanted
you
to see what
volunteering
you was
your
doing
money.
for black women every day.
Just volunteering your
Listen.
money.
These are the views of me right here. Any nigga that's just randomly giving women money because they begging for it, bro.
I didn't say anybody asked you or begged you for anything.
So why you bringing up my Cash App?
I wanted to know if you said promoting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to know outside of promoting what you was actually doing. I think maybe
Why is my
he's
Cash App
supporting.
relative to this conversation, though?
All right, so Zell.
What? I'm trying to hold on, wait. Are you implementing that I don't support black women financially?
I'm asking.
But why? But like,
I'm asking because I asked. You said promotion. You specifically said
there's
promoting.
a lot of black-owned businesses that are run by women that I actually physically go to.
And you patronize.
Yes.
Okay. So that would be in your Zell history or your Cash App history.
It would be in my card history, which I'm not showing you, bro.
So you don't have
Because
no
I use my
receipt- so you don't
debit card.
You have no receipts. To
I have
prove.
receipts. I have ticket purchases for general admission, but that's as far as it goes. As far as I'm showing you,
All right, so you're gonna talk to me about how you support black women, but you are unwilling to provide the receipts.
to you, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
To you, yes.
Okay.
Damn.
Anybody else?
Ooh.
Y'all know my government name. Y'all can look me up. I'm in y'all Eventbrite. Y'all see me there. So
As far as me, I feel like when it comes to Black Twitter, because that's the most real life we can get, I do what the women tell me. I stay out their business.
right.
So I take care of the women I can take care of. My girl, my mom's family. I do that first and foremost. Now, anything outside of that, whoo, kid, they gonna be like, yo, P ain't doing enough. I ain't gonna hold you. They gonna say I'm not doing enough because I feel like to be a dude that's considered doing enough, you gotta be at the rallies. You gotta be like in the meetings, like when they have not like the bullshit meetings. I'm talking about like these real important meetings amongst like black women trying to get they voices heard. I'm not in these meetings, so I can't sit here and say, yo, I'm doing enough in general for black women. Business aside, like you're right, I will promote any black person's business, not just woman. I promote any black woman or guys, like business or like entrepreneurship or whatever. I'm all for that. But in terms of like the real hardcore shit that they need from us, I can't sit here and be like, yeah, I'm in their meetings and I'm the one plugging them and doing all stuff. I can't say I'm doing that. Like, nah.
Is that by choice or is that by, let's keep it a band? They're just not qualified.
Nah, it's not qualified. I don't know.
Meaning like they don't have enough.
For him to help? Qualified for him to help?
No. Because he's saying when he's in these meetings, he's not going to.
No, I said I am not in these meetings.
Oh.
Like when they have these women, you ever been to a women's rally? Like a
just a supporter?
Yeah.
I support them, but I've never physically been to a women's rally.
But that's what I'm saying. There's guys who are in these
them.
like you know what I'm saying? Like they
And
in the crowds.
you gotta understand. What I wasn't really I was joking when I asked you, like, obviously, why would you financially support someone you don't know or you're not, unless it's like a specific person? Obviously, like maybe you donated to Black Girls Code.
Yeah.
We've donated to Black Girls Code.
I was
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
He donated the most. He actually donated the most.
Okay. You feel what I'm saying? That's not a specific woman. That is black women, young girls coming up, trying to do something for them that actually serves us nothing.
We've also, even though it hasn't been like, financially compensated, like we've also participated in breast cancer walks. We've also done things that has promoted.
That's true. But men can also get breast cancer.
True. But it's more.
I'm not gonna push that though. But what I will say is,
it's a fact though.
But the question is, have you done enough? We have done that.
We have done some.
Yeah,
but not
we've
enough.
done some.
But that's what I was gonna say. Like for me, I try to do something. I don't feel like we do enough. I don't necessarily feel like doing enough means waking up and cash apping a girl or whatever. I was just playing.
Yeah, I know you were joking, but I'm saying like I support the businesses that they run. I'm not just gonna give you money.
Well, that's not just that. You know what I'm saying? Because supporting a business, you're still getting something out of it. You're patronizing the business, you're getting something in return.
Yeah, I'm getting the business.
What have you done for black women that served you nothing?
Yeah, that's what I was
selfless act have you done?
Yeah.
I would say honestly, protection. Whenever I'm in capacity of women, I make sure that they feel comfortable.
Yeah, but these are the women that are around you.
I can't. I'm not
still
Superman.
self-serving.
I'm not Clark Kent. I can't fly around and just protect all women. I have to make sure the women in my proximity
it's your turn. It's blue.
Are safe enough to enjoy themselves wherever they're at.
All right.
I do my due diligence towards that.
All right. So now, for me, the consensus is it will never be enough. It doesn't matter if you're a man, if you're a woman. Like, it's all subjective. Yo, you could literally dedicate 40 years of your life to all the things that P was saying, all the things that we've done, and more. And there will still be someone who comes out of nowhere. It says,
we over 400
but did you do
behind,
this?
Bro.
They're literally,
years behind,
you could do 399 things, but if you didn't do that one thing, so why you never did that?
Mm-hmm.
It's never be enough.
Well, enough for whom? Enough for whom?
Exactly.
And then that's one. Mm-hmm. And then like I was just saying, like we're operating behind. Right? So you gotta understand. We supposed to be doing for each other. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And
we're supposed to be doing for each other. And I don't feel like either sex, when it comes to black people, are doing enough for each other because we still behind. Until we are equal or head, we haven't done enough for each other.
Black people don't love each other enough.
Pick a play.
They don't.
So,
that's on,
let me ask you this.
That's not on you.
This way.
It was already going this way, no?
It was going
reverse.
Oh, okay.
It's coming on.
Let me ask you this. If we don't do enough for ourselves, do we do enough for family?
Yes, that I could say. Definitely doing enough.
I think that was his answer.
That's why
his answer was he goes hard for family.
Yeah, I'll take care of what I can take care of in immediate proximity. So that's family.
I think that's a start.
Yeah,
that's a start.
I can't. For me, I can't jump out from my family and take care of other people when I got family close by that need me for stuff too. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Obviously, they're their priority, but do you feel like your race is your family?
I
In a
feel like
sense.
to
In a sense,
extent,
yes.
yes. And I feel like if that's what I said. What he's saying is a starting point. Because if we all move like that, you can stack.
8.
Okay.
Eight.
I feel like if we all moved like that, right? then
It'll be a
families
starting
would-
point.
Yeah, it'll be a good starting point, and then families start to grow. Because if I treat my family, you don't even know, we might have a family member that's mutual.
Exactly.
Now you become part of my family, and that would extend, and we all would end up treating each other like family. You know what I'm saying? And then it would be a community effort. Right now, we don't have that sense of community. You know what I'm saying?
How
That's
do we
facts.
get there, in your opinion?
We just had this conversation.
Yeah,
It ain't
bro.
gonna happen.
Like, yo,
it's
'cause
not gonna happen because
To say it ain't
we
gonna
got-
happen sounds real depressing.
because
bro.
because it's not even just a black thing. There's no race where everybody's on
You
the
don't-
same accord.
You don't think reality isn't depressing?
I don't know about that.
Ah, yeah, I don't
Who,
agree with him.
who on the same accord?
the
What?
Asians are, you know.
The Asians,
No, they not.
No, they're not.
Okay.
No, they're not.
Them
You
niggas
can't
is-
say
it's
the
slavery
Asians
over there.
because one, they're
They're separated.
many different
they're
types.
different
Yeah.
types,
Exactly.
different types, but
Yeah.
within themselves, they are real close.
If
No,
you want to
that's
say,
not
if you want to say,
true.
if you want
It's
to
not.
say,
It's the same thing when we was growing up. Other people would look at Caribbean people and just group us all together.
Right.
And within our own community,
There was-
Jamaicans didn't mess with
Yes,
Haitians.
yes.
Haitians didn't mess with Trinidad.
So,
You know what I'm saying?
so
We
now,
all rock
so
with each
now
other.
you gotta go.
right?
Yeah, now you gotta go into your Googles and you need to find out how certain Asian communities really don't. Wait,
Nah,
it's
this
my
way.
turn.
Let's pick
Oh, shit.
two for your mistake, brother.
Yeah, there's certain Asian communities that don't fuck with other Asian
That's what I'm
communities
saying,
and like
yeah.
hard body. But for you just group them all together like
The
Asian.
same shit
No,
we
no,
did.
no,
Like,
no, I understand.
like
I'm
Korea,
saying-
like Korea and Japan, big
Yes.
beef.
But
It's,
that's
it's
what
the
I'm
same thing.
saying.
It's the same thing with
I pay red.
from a social
pick a
standpoint. Like if you were to see a Hispanic woman and you mistake her for a Puerto Rican woman,
But
instead
that's
of her
what I'm-
actually being Dominican,
exactly,
I understand that, part.
yeah.
That's within the Asian community as well. But I will say that the Asian community as a whole are a little bit more close-knitted than most.
Okay, so how many Indians
It's red
have you
people.
seen hanging out with Chinese?
I knew this nigga fucked up, son.
Indian with
It's
Chinese.
over. It's over.
He won.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Jahia.
How many Indians you seen hanging out with Chinese?
I don't. I'm not gonna say I don't say.
Do you even consider them Asian?
Indians and Chinese?
Do you even consider Indians Asian?
Yes, I do.
So
My
Where's the
girlfriend
close-
is Asian, bro. I'm
okay,
fully
so
aware of
where's the
everything that
close
goes on
knit?
in that
What's the
realm.
close knit community where the Indians are hanging out with the Chinese? Or
I
the
don't see that.
Japanese?
Not
Well-
in New York, at least.
Well, that
There is one place in New York where they do hang out with each other.
I think I honestly I think that's subjective. I think more so than anything, there might be parts of the world where that actually does happen. It could be happening in the West Coast, closer to Arizona, closer to Las Vegas. We don't know.
What was the Great Wall of China built for? To keep
Enlighten us.
other Asians out of that part of Asia.
A big wall, great wall of China. You can see it from space.
They built some shit you can see from space,
They
so
say
you
you can see
can't.
from
So they can't.
So you saying no matter what race, there's dysfunction among
divide.
Do you know why? Because beyond race, there's nationality, which I try to tell people all the time.
There's nationality.
Yes.
There's tribalism.
Yes.
There's religion. There's
Yeah.
there's all sorts of reasons why
Why
people
does
just
all that
divided
stuff
for each other.
matter?
Because it's all
We've
right.
been
It's
taught
what's,
that it means brainwashing, nigga. You've been doing this for hundreds of years.
Well, we've been
and
talking
we
about
gonna
from
keep
day
doing it
one,
like this
brainwashing.
for hundreds of years.
that's the point.
So if we know all this with the information that we just gathered here, what's our next step?
That's a good question. Teach us, brother.
Yeah.
I don't know. Bro, I'm the one asking the question.
At the end of the day,
I'm the one asking the question.
at the end of the day, bro, no one's gonna have all the answers. And the thing is, nobody likes to know it all either. So now, imagine you step up and you're like, yeah, all right, this is what we gotta do.
All facts, too. All facts.
This is what we gotta do. And then somebody,
facts.
it's always gonna be somebody like, wait, why do you think this is the way? And then it starts a conversation, right? But now, as the conversation progresses, and you're saying, nah, we gotta do this for ourselves. And they're gonna be like, yo, man, why you keep speaking French to me, bro? Like, you ain't no we, man. You gonna pay my bills? You gonna take care of my life? You gonna make it better? Or you gonna take care of me?
So that's what. So basically, what I heard from you is our community is dependent on financial status.
It's not our all.
Well. like he said, like
Money talks.
We wouldn't have enough time to sacrifice for the greater good because we're focused on.
No
finances.
one is gonna sacrifice
That's what
for
I'm
the
saying.
greater good.
It's not.
That is where it is.
I'm not gonna
No,
say
no, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no.
Nobody.
Listen.
Nobody.
Listen to me.
Together?
We
No.
all know when I'm speaking for the majority. Even though I said no one would say like one person. A whole group of people is not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, we're gonna sacrifice for the future together just for you. So whenever you decide to come on board,
Let me show you something.
whenever.
Why?
Let me show you why. I'll break it
Why?
down. I'm about to answer that.
He's about to answer.
It's
So
the
go ahead.
same reason why people don't buy stocks for their children.
Yeah.
It's the same reason.
Elaborate.
Because it's the future. I can't see that now. That does not tangible to me now.
Now.
How does that affect me?
Yeah.
I don't want to buy stocks and hold them
But
for
why is it
20
just
years
stocks? Why
to
can't it
send
be
my
something
kid
else?
to
No.
school. It's just I'm
It's
just
an
saying,
example.
It's a
I know
parallel.
you give an example,
It's a
but
parallel. It's
Fuck
a
these
parallel.
kids.
you
So-
know
Why, if I'm not even willing to purchase stocks for my child that could potentially get
Hold on.
Let me finish.
I'm
though.
gonna let finish.
That will
Well, I wanna
potentially
interject.
set my child up to have a better life and overcome. If I'm not even willing to do that, what makes you think that I'm gonna sacrifice this bread
For a stranger.
for the strangers in my community that I don't even consider my community?
But me and you have had conversations financially about stocks, just from a standpoint of the knowledge that comes with it. And you know that's not something that everybody's going to be subjective. I mean,
bro,
You're
bro,
going
bro,
away.
bro,
No.
bro,
No, all you gotta do is
bro,
ask
bro.
him a question
There's
because
index
you're.
funds. There's
Yeah,
regular,
no, stop.
there's REITs,
Yes,
there's
that's too
regular
much.
But not
shit.
No, we're
everybody
not.
knows
Hold
about
on,
that
hold
stuff.
on, because that's not what we're talking
But
about.
it's
Because that's
not.
because it's
That's
going
what I'm
off.
saying.
That's why I'm trying to stop it.
But that
You
what
got-
you just did
you
is
got-
exactly why
Yeah.
we all don't come
But
together.
look at you. No. Look. You are a product of your reality of your life. Do you have generational wealth?
I'm working towards that.
You are working on it, but they were supposed to give it to you.
You.
Like they were supposed to work on it, and when you were
supposed to get
born,
something. You supposed to get
But I'm
something to
not
build
putting that
on.
on them.
yes,
But
you
that's the
have
point.
to.
That's the point.
Yo, look.
There's no accountability.
No, it's not
Those
fucked up.
circumstances that were beyond
No.
their control.
Look, listen, I use myself as an example. Look,
Bro, have you ever had?
Look.
Did you ever have a CD? Did you ever have?
I did.
What were they called? Treasury bonds.
turn.
That's me.
You had those?
Yeah,
So-
a CD account, I did that on my own. A treasury bond, I'm
yo, Reem.
Did anybody from your family ever buy you a $5 CD, a $5
No.
Treasury bond,
It's on me.
anything like
Yeah,
that?
but-
so
Yeah.
think about that. I was fortunate enough that there were people in my family who did things like that for me, right? And I was fortunate. Well, not fortunate. I was in a car accident where I had a situation like
Yeah.
that, a CD. So I understood these type of things, putting money down and seeing more later, right? But if you're saying that your own parents, the people who are supposed to love you the most,
They brought you to
don't
this world.
exactly. Do not even do that. That I'm not saying that you're just
Yes.
yours. You're not in the minority. Understand that, right? If your parents that love you and want to do what's best for you, don't even have the mindset of, hey, let me sacrifice this $100 right now and put this down for you for maybe 20 years. I don't see this $100 for 20 years. $100.
What about?
Right?
I'm gonna let you finish.
It should be more, right? If you put in an index fund CD, you could buy bonds, you could buy anything from the government, you could buy treasury notes, bro. You know what I'm saying? That will go forward and become more, something more, right, for you, and pass that to you, just so you can have something. Even if you got $101, 10 years later, that's $101 that you started off with, something to start with. You know what I'm saying? If we're not even willing to do that for our own offspring, why the hell would we be doing that for the rest of the community?
They got reversed. No,
I want to say something.
That's on me.
yeah.
What about the folks who are in situations with their parents where they feel like, okay, that's cool, you got your situation set up, but they want to branch off and do their own individual thing? What do you say to those folks?
Would their children want to do something different?
Yes, because, like, for example, you could be a plumber and you have
If
an
we
established
all- if
plumber
we-
business, but you have a kid now and he wants to be a basketball player.
Okay. If we all did exactly what our parents did, we'd still be slaves.
Facts.
So, but doesn't that contradict your point that you just made?
What? I'm not saying
'Cause
about
you saying, like,
anything-
if you- hold on,
No,
wait,
you talking about
you
passing
saying
down
that you-
trades and doing exactly what your
But what if
parents
they
did.
want to get in the position where they
No,
feel like,
I'm
yo,
not
I don't
talking
want to
about
be
putting down-
dependent on the parent like that?
I'm talking about
Dependent.
putting something down
Yeah,
for your child to build off of.
Yeah.
If your child starts in the exact same position that you started in,
Then
you
you did a
wasted your
bad job.
motherfucking life.
Yeah.
You just did a bad job.
You did a terrible job. Look, that's
I think that's subjective.
no, it's not. Listen,
Oh,
Reem.
wait. Time out. So I have a question for you then. So if your parent was in the projects the entire life, didn't move out the projects, and then you born into the projects, and then you stay in the project your whole life. You telling me that's a good thing?
I'm not gonna blame my parents. That's on me. I'm not gonna blame my parents.
Alright,
Because they went through an era where
I'ma
things
keep it a
were what
buck
they
with you.
were, and obviously time is progressing where things
That's
are more
exactly
accessible.
what you
to
gotta
us.
blame
So
on
obviously I'm
Let
gonna
me
put
show you
myself
something.
first
So
on that one.
now think about how many other parents started out in the projects, like my friend that you know who lives on my block, and end up in a house.
But that's why I say I don't
How
put
about,
it on
how
the
about this
parents.
guy right here? How about this guy right here?
Listen,
Yeah,
this
he
guy
was in the
right
projects too.
y'all just buffering my point. I'm not putting that
Yeah,
on the parent.
but
I'm not gonna have. I'm
That
not
is
gonna
on
say-
the
wait,
parents.
stop,
That
stop,
is
stop,
on the
stop,
parents.
stop, stop,
I
stop.
don't have to start from the projects because
Yes.
my mom made sure
Look.
I don't have to fucking start from the projects.
Look,
bro.
look.
I was there. I was there.
That's
No,
me. I'm
no,
not putting
you.
that on my mom.
I'm gonna tell you because right now you're contradicting yourself. Because before you were saying why can't people sacrifice?
again?
Wait, who played that?
I didn't play the 7.
I think I did.
Yeah, you played. So it's your turn. You were saying how people gotta band together. We gotta look out for the future. Yeah, we gotta look out for the future. We gotta look out for ourselves. How are we gonna look out for the future if we're not even looking out for our children?
This is the point I'm trying
So
to make.
now,
to
so
him.
now look, so now look. When you are in America, the same way you're saying how we have all these things that are given to us and that we have access to, right? I use myself as an example. When I was born, my mom didn't have anything. She didn't have shit. But when she started to accumulate her credit and her funds, what she did, she's like, oh, I got a credit card. Oh, let me put his name on it. That was it. All she did was put me as an additional line. That's it. She didn't use my credit. She didn't abuse it. All she did was put me as an additional line. When I'm 21, I start off with a 7. Like straight.
Yeah, like
Straight. It's
something.
little
When
things.
you're 18, not 21, you
Yeah.
probably just decided that.
No,
I'm not-
what was
Look at it
crazy?
since you're 18.
But what was crazy? I'll even give you a better example than that. When I was 16, my mom gave me a credit card. She said it's only for emergencies.
Yeah.
I didn't know the balance. When I got older, my mom said that shit had 25 grand on it. I never used it because I was scared. I was like, it's an
I didn't
emergency.
start like that at 16.
yeah.
16, I
I'm
had
sure
the
his mother didn't
access.
start like that at 16.
She didn't.
Those are privileges.
But she
that
gave
her
me
work,
that.
Yes.
Her work and her thing.
But it was
able to
something
give it
so
to her
small.
Next generation, which I'm sure that if where she's from, your mom's directly from Haiti,
Yes.
right? I'm sure where she's from, none of them kids could have imagined growing up and having a piece of plastic in their fucking pocket that got 20 bands on it, bro.
What you guys are speaking on is a precedent that is gonna. Like, you're setting a precedent for laziness, bro. Because you're letting
no.
the generation. Hold on, let me finish.
No,
You're letting the
no,
generation like, in the future know, like,
No,
sit
let
them
him
to
finish, let him
themselves and
finish.
say to themselves, like, it don't matter what I do in this moment of time.
I'm always
I
have my
got this.
parents.
Yes.
Yeah. And you know what's the funny part? The counter to that now is let me struggle my whole life so my kid can struggle and learn how it is to try to get from the bottom to the top.
No. That's where the information part comes in because it's like
You're gonna be starting from the bottom, though. You're gonna be starting from the bottom.
But at the end of the day, that's where the information part comes in because you can. That goes back to our first.
But it's not your
topic
parents
conversation.
doing it. It's gonna be you doing
That's
it
not
then.
good for a race that's 400 years behind.
Behind.
We gotta do that. We got to.
I'm only speaking.
If you telling me, what's the whole point? You just sat here and told me you working towards generational wealth.
Yes.
What is generational wealth? Something you're gonna pass down to the next generation.
Yes.
So if you saying that that's gonna force the laziness and that's gonna make your offspring lazy, why you
Contradicting
doing
yourself.
That?
You
Why
just
doing that?
contradicted
You
yourself.
wanna make your kids lazy?
No. I'm not doing that for the sense of them saying that they don't have to work. What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, they have to go out and achieve something that they want to achieve.
But not from the bottom.
No.
You're gonna give a foundation, though, right?
Yes.
That's all we saying.
And what are they
bro.
gonna say? I always have my parents.
Hold on. That's why I brought up to the conversation. There are some children who say, you know what? I want to do my own thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fine. And those same rich kids that want to do their own thing still have a basis to start on.
No. They have a fallback.
hold on,
They have a
how about a
fallback. They
fallback?
can they can go out. They can fail, and then instead of ending up on the street, they just go right back. I need
Look,
X,
let
Y,
me show you
Z.
the difference, right? It's funny that what we talking about, right? Because what we talking about, the last president of the United States comes from that type of situation.
Yes.
He wanted to do something similar to what his dad was doing, but a little bit different. Had failed, called up his dad. His dad came, spent
Bailed
$1
him out.
million at his casino, and just left with the chips, right? Pseudo loan. Guess what? He ended up becoming the president of the United States. Why? Because he built on his father's hard work, built on top of that.
So, yeah, we're in this age, this internet age now. So, do you guys think it's easier to find love online? Or like find love easier online or offline?
You want to go?
I do feel like it's a lot easier just because the accessibility of the amount of women a guy can meet based on how much women are on the internet. But I do feel like the internet interaction is tricky because I feel like most people aren't themselves on the internet, especially Instagram.
Well, when you say find love,
Yeah.
right? Are you talking about when you say ease? Are you talking about just finding a woman to connect with, finding a woman to do something physical with, finding a woman to hang out with, or love?
All of the above.
Just love.
All of the
Yeah.
above.
I mean,
I think
yeah.
all of the above because
Yeah.
you gonna
According-
smash if you love.
What's the big site where everyone is like meeting each other?
Twitter.
Not Match.
Match.com. I think that's the
Nah, it's
biggest
that
one.
starts with
eHarmony.
eHarmony. Okay.
According to eHarmony, right? They are, in terms of like matching people and who it's meant to really be easy on there.
Yeah.
I've never really.
What'd your profile say?
I don't have an eHarmony profile.
Yeah.
But from how they promote themselves and they say based on the statistics, you're more likely to if you meet someone off of eHarmony, you're more likely to really click with that person as opposed to in person.
I believe that's so because think about if we was all walking around and like say you're across the street and a girl finds you attractive and she could literally like I guess with her eyes she could poke on you and your information is right there. That's what eHarmony does. It literally say like people be like, yeah, I'm number one Uno player. I like to work out. I have a dog named Marley. Like, and they'll be like, oh, he has dogs. He must be sweet.
But
oh,
but that's what I'm saying. That's the
Yeah.
part I said is fake about that part
Let's
now
tell the full
because it's
story.
not you really. It's
eHarmony
the
has
best
a little
version
bit
of
of an
you.
algorithm that will only show you certain people that you match into, or
And that's based on your
certain
interests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they have like almost like a compatibility score.
No, but even still, even if it's doing that, what I'm saying is, it's just like a job interview. It's the best representation of yourself.
Yes.
But it's not really you though.
No.
Like it don't tell you like, yeah, when I get angry, I don't want to talk to nobody.
Nobody.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Angry, I just start punching people.
yeah,
in the
like
eyes.
it's not gonna say stuff like that. So it's the same thing like when you go to a job interview and they're like, are you gonna be punctual? Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
show up on time all the time. Nigga, you
Nah.
know you
My-
like to be late.
I'll be
You know what
honest
I'm
with you.
saying? Like,
My favorite
Niggas
question.
that like to be late. Like to be late is OD.
Yeah, my favorite question used to be like, so if you see Weez stealing a pack of Uno cards,
Yeah, like-
what are you gonna do?
I'm a snitch on that.
Yeah,
nigga. Like, what you want me to say?
I'm gonna just tell Weez that he needs to put the Uno cards down, man, and then I'm gonna come and report it to my superior.
But in real life, you like, I don't snitch shit.
Yeah,
nigga.
you could never say that. You'd be like, yeah, I ain't snitching, man.
So that's why I say social media now makes it hard in a sense because now to me it's even harder to decipher people because online everyone's pictures is done up. I'm in front of the best looking car. I got the
Yeah.
best jewelry, the filters for the ladies and guys sometimes, and it's like that's not really you
Yeah,
though. You
it's
know what I'm
not.
saying? Like, so I do feel like when you meet someone in person, I would rather be an in person kind of guy in that sense, but like y'all were saying, it does make it way more accessible to the women that you might not even have met in real life.
I think
Girl in Kansas or Wisconsin on Instagram, and you like, damn, she bad.
I
I'm
feel
in.
like I meet the same women.
That's your fault.
in
because
real
you look
life.
for them.
That's your fault.
I
Your
don't
energy.
look.
Your
I don't
energy.
look. I don't look. No, I really don't look. I feel like I
Your
would.
energy.
All right.
I meet the same.
Energy.
I meet the same 5 women
It's his
over and
energy.
over and over. And
Yeah,
over.
It's his
but,
energy.
but one thing I always tell women, that is always going to be the case if you keep waiting for the universe to give you.
Ooh.
You don't go out and try to get the
Preach,
women
good
you
brother.
like. You sit there and wait, and then those same women who have the same traits, so they always walk up to you because they're nuts.
He said because they're nuts.
I need you. And you be like, yeah, I need a woman that needs me. But then, like, it's not all of them are nuts, but like the majority of women who just come up to you with that same energy that you like usually have the other stuff.
The crazy part is I've seen him tell a young lady who was talking at one of the filmings when she was like, yeah, I need a guy to come up to me. I need this and this and this. And he's like, yeah, but if you wait for it, you'll never get what you really want. And he said that. And she was clapped. She was clapped. Like, she was like,
It's true.
damn. Because she was one of those girls who was like, I would never go up to no dude. I would never approach no dude. And he's like, well, if you don't go what you want, then how you going to get what you want out of life in general? Like, you're supposed to go after what you want. She was clapped. And I was there like, damn, he right.
I respect women that shoot their shot first because that means that you're
Facts.
going to shoot your shot in other aspects of life that actually matter, like jobs, like opportunities.
I mean,
Like,
I see the correlation because
like,
a lot of women
you're
definitely say they're not
scared.
doing that.
If you're showing balls towards your love life, you're gonna show balls to other things.
You would hope so.
And, well, listen, depending on how she
Wait,
approached
we
me,
gotta get away from that misogynistic talk of showing
Well,
balls.
listen, you know what I mean by that. Like more of a
Do
like
a little more for black women.
So you want me to say showing pussy, bro?
No, I'm
No.
just saying. Why does it have to be
You could
gender
literally just
denoted?
you could just literally say I love assertive women. You don't have to
Yeah.
Okay,
go, you have
I
to go
love
to
assertive women.
Yeah,
even
go with
though
the genitals.
Testosterone is more of an aggressive. You know what? I'm not even gonna get into it. But yeah, I think that for HR purposes, I'm sorry. I'm gonna clean that up and say
No
that, you know
Cuomo.
what?
No Cuomo.
No Cuomo.
No
Being more
Cuomo.
aggressive, but in layman's terms, yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Like, you know what? If you showing the guts,
I do not like aggressive women. I like women that go after what they want but aren't super aggressive. Like,
What do you mean by aggressive?
I don't like aggression.
No, you said the same
What-
word.
what
What do
does
you mean?
aggressive
shut up and
mean?
do what they told.
I
Wow.
never
Oh
said
wow. That's not aggression at all. But what
Yeah.
Clarify.
is
You have the opportunity to clarify.
what's aggression?
that. I don't like when women are aggressive. Like,
But
What is aggressive? Like, give an example.
okay.
Hey, Jahia, can you come pick me up? I need you to pick me up right now.
I think he's showing us
I
Texas.
can't debate because if I'm chilling and she's ripping off my boxes, I like that. That's
Yeah,
aggressive.
I like that aggression.
I love when
That's
my ladies
aggressive.
initiate sex. I love that aggression.
Yeah.
I want-
Initiating
I-
sex is different than aggression.
So what you talking, bro? Elaborate.
You don't like aggressive head?
Ooh. I do.
Yeah.
Listen, just don't bite me. That's it.
Aggression.
Oh, no, that's,
All right,
that's
all right,
different. That's
all right.
different.
Aggression, readily or likely to attack or confront. Yeah, that's what I don't like.
Oh, he means he doesn't like confrontation with women.
Do as I say.
No. It said ready to attack.
Or
Ready or
confront.
likely to attack.
But that, you
or
know why that's on
confront.
you? You know why that's on you? Because you're supposed to give the affirmations. You're supposed to give the reassurance on your end to make sure she doesn't
No.
have to
It
feel
could
like
it could
that.
only be on me if I stay on the phone.
These are not the views of Cups and Convos openly.
But see, my thing is when these women walk up to you, and you could always tell when a woman's aggressive. She'll walk up to you. She'll start off with a compliment, and then she'll be like, "Put my number in your phone," and you do it.
She just can't know what she
Nah,
wants.
not all the time.
Hold on. She can't.
Not all the time.
Hold on, wait.
She
wait.
gotta be sexy, bro. Hell,
She-
no.
she- wait.
But
I
look,
need a line.
She
I need a pickup
can't. She
line.
can't just know what she wants.
no. I'm not saying that she can't know what she wants. I'm saying that
Why
you're
cut to the chase, bro?
you're starting with because he said he doesn't like aggression. So she's
You consider
confront
that aggressive?
because if she's confronting
say
it,
that was
no.
aggressive.
He said it is aggressive, but he will let it pass if she's attractive, she's sexy, like he just said. He'll let it slide. So now, if you let it slide in the beginning, you just set the
precedent.
you set
Yep.
the precedent. So now
Yeah,
she
then
can.
I'm gonna reverse in.
I'm a reverse.
So now he wants to give himself more work,
yeah.
and then complain about the work.
No. Hold on. Only if the reward is suitable for what I'm deeming I don't want to deal with.
Only you determine.
Yo.
Yes, exactly.
Yo,
exactly.
but my man.
So if she's too aggressive for her face, then I don't have to deal with that.
Which is his opinion, which is fine. Wait, yeah. Who dealt? All right, your turn. So, but my thing is, in what?
Y'all love my sound bites.
No. At the end of the day, why the hell would I ever start dealing with a girl that I'm saying myself I have to reprogram?
Exactly.
Mm.
Because at the end of the day,
You just said that. You said you was gonna reprogram her.
I never said repro.
Oh no, it's on here.
Let me finish.
How much you want to bet?
Wait.
How much you want to bet?
I'm gonna piggyback on what he said. I'm gonna piggyback on what he said.
Wait.
It's only reprogram. But dealing with someone that doesn't have the patience to teach you how to be how you're supposed to be.
Hold on.
Okay, so now I'm going to tell you. One, I never said use the word reprogram.
How much you want to bet?
I never used the word reprogram.
How much you want to
I
bet?
don't think he used the word reprogram.
How
I got
much
a
do you
dollar.
wanna
I got
bet?
$1 on it.
Okay.
And even if I did, I never said it as in terms of reprogramming the female. You said I set a precedent.
The woman.
Right?
The
with
woman.
the woman,
Yeah.
based on the dynamic of me and her interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I, going forward, can change that dynamic. I can reset the precedent. I can do my own precedent later. Right? When you talk about an initial interaction, if we talk about now, you make that interaction or those type of that dynamic,
Acceptable.
no, not accept. If you continue to do it, because he's right. When you do start with something, you set a precedent.
Mm-hmm.
So now from there, you either have to nip it in the bud, or you continue to let it, and then now it aggravates you, and now you try to go back against it. But if you let it slide one time, and then going forward, you're just like stonewall on it, like you can't go past what you just did, then you're gonna have some sort of friction. However, I don't care to go so far as to reprogram the woman. That's what he.
That's
I disagree as well.
That's why I said I disagree with that.
Wait.
I disagree because he's not doing that actively. It's your turn though.
No,
I
say
am.
that.
It's your turn. It's your turn.
I
It's your
got
turn.
something that
He's the master manipulator.
on the word of precedent. I don't want to get away from this, but he mentioned something on the precedent, like if you said something, you got nipped in the bud. Is that how guys think on the general basis when it comes to dating now?
No.
When it comes to like saying, hey,
No,
I don't
it's
want to
not
take
how
her to a
niggas think.
fancy restaurant on the first date because that's a precedent that I'm setting for her to expect later
Right.
on. Is that something that's common, or is that just something that
Right.
Is that something that's common, or is that something that's just
Well, Kami always used to say to me that I set a bad precedent by taking a young lady to a nice spot in the beginning. But I tell him it ain't a precedent because the next spot is going to be downhill.
Wow. Define downhill. Give an example.
Okay, I'll take you to a 4.5 star restaurant the first date. I'm trying to impress you. I might try to get in your pants that first day if you allow me. Now, the next date, if I ain't getting your pants and all that, and it's like we still getting to know each other, Chipotle.
Wow.
All right. For me, it's more of a, all right, we could do whatever we want to do. I don't care about that, right? Now, once I interact with a girl, give me an opportunity to get to know you, right?
Do you allow yourself to cause I got to play devil's advocate because it takes two to tango. Do you allow this individual to know you? Because, as men, we do get something
No.
that's attached to us as a stigmatism.
No.
We say that we're too harsh. Like,
No.
we don't open up.
No.
What do you mean no? You
No.
you don't allow that opportunity to happen?
No. And I believe you didn't read the book that he bought you for your birthday.
What
the fuck?
Oh.
I want him.
He bought me the
that
book
book for the birthday.
Yeah, he bought
so
me
you-
And
the
I
book.
okay,
actually
okay.
read it
No, you didn't.
twice.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Okay.
No, you didn't.
All right.
In the first chapter.
Wait, ask him what it says in the first chapter then.
Okay, what's the scenario in the first
Come on.
chapter?
You said you read it twice. No. If you read a book twice, you know it.
I just
You gotta know
I have
it.
no problem entertaining
What's the
this
scenario?
As
What's
long
the
as
scenario?
it's relative to
What
what you're
is this-
talking about.
What
Okay,
is the scenario?
you gotta get
It speaks
into
to
it.
literally almost word for word a sentence that you said. It tells you to do the opposite. So now tell me you read
Bro,
it.
get to where you're going, bro.
You gotta answer the question first.
I don't know.
Oh, so you didn't read it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Like I said,
Probably didn't retain the
you
information.
gotta stay
So,
mysterious.
come on.
Women not gonna respect
Two
you if she
times?
know you. Women not gonna respect you if she know you. You have to remain mysterious.
Ooh.
Tells you that in the first, almost, if I'm not mistaken, the first 3 pages of the book. So I don't know how you read it twice, but
I'm saying I don't know because I want you to get to your point.
ice cold,
I want you to
ice
get to
cold,
your
stay
point.
cold, stay cold,
No, I
ice
said
cold,
Yeah, you play that. It's your
ice
turn.
cold.
Reem.
You know there's ice.
So
and
you
then
don't believe in love?
There's ice and then there's dry
Reem, it's your
ice.
turn.
So you don't believe in love?
Did I say anything about love?
You said stay cold.
You said
Love is warm, bro.
You said ask. You said, do you allow her to know?
Not
you?
always.
She can't know
But
you.
I'm asking you.
She can't know you. She won't respect you if she know you.
But in order to achieve
What's so great about fucking you?
in order to achieve actual love, hold on. Uno. In order to achieve actual love, you have to. There's a certain level of submission that you
Yeah.
have to give to yourself. There's a certain level of yourself that you
Who
have
told you that?
to. Bro,
Who told you that?
Yeah, he's asking you a solid question. Who told you that?
Life, probably.
Life taught him
I
that.
guess.
my parents told me that. There you
Stick
go.
around, brother.
So me?
Yeah.
Stick around. Color?
Green.
Listen, at the end of the day, I truly believe that it's on me.
Can't do that. Can't do
Oh
that.
yeah.
Says who?
Uno.
No. But we didn't set those rules. We didn't set the rules. We didn't set the
Why
rules.
would you try it, bro?
You can't
What are you
do
talking
You
that.
know Uno said that, but why would you try that, though?
No 4-on-2, brother.
Doesn't matter.
Uno said that.
It
Why
doesn't
would you
matter.
try it
It
regardless?
doesn't matter because we've always done it like
That's
that.
cheating,
I
bro.
ain't
No.
never do it like that.
What?
Bro.
Uno told
fuck
us
outta
not
here.
to.
Uno mentioned this on
First
several
off-
of our posts, bro.
First off, there's a
Uno
lot of
told
things
us.
that Uno said that we've done that's not right. It's
So why you
mad
trying
shit.
it now?
It doesn't matter because we've already been doing it.
that's cheating, bro.
I
Take
ain't
your
never
part
seen
back,
nobody do that this whole time.
Nobody
Bro.
did that. No,
It's because they didn't have it. Because they didn't have it.
Yeah, and we saying nah, bro.
Nah,
Pick
bro,
up
there's a
your-
reason
It's too
why.
late. The
Because
game
it
already
ain't-
started. You should have said that in the beginning of the game.
You should have said you could do that in the beginning of the
No,
game.
there was
The
no
same thing
rules.
you expect.
There's
There's
no-
actually,
no, but-
there's actually a written rule that says you can't. So for you to be able to do it, it's the burden is on you to say that you could do that.
Especially when you had it in your head that you was going to try something
Whatever
like
y'all
that.
want to do.
The
man.
burden's on
so
you to
I'm gonna
say you
take
can't do
Yeah.
that.
That's technically cheating.
Whatever y'all
It's different if the rules didn't say anything, but they speak on that.
I'm just happy I don't have to pick it up.
Yeah, whatever y'all want to do, man.
What turn is it?
I
Mine.
think. Oh,
Yeah.
Green.
Because I picked it.
Green. Let's do red.
pick and play.
But yeah, back to Jai because he's not off the hook. He allows this energy to come
Yeah,
to him
bro.
because this is not a one-time thing. It'd be different if it's a one-off
Now's your
or two
opportunity to
off.
clarify that. What you got to say?
What's the
man?
color?
Since
What's
we
the
were
color?
young,
Red.
So it's his
he
turn.
attracts a certain
He
energy.
picked up. He picked
I
up.
attract the certain
Yes,
energy.
you attract a certain energy. We've had this conversation off camera many
I will
times.
say that I've known you for years. There are a certain caliber of women that seem to gravitate to you than they do to me.
And then you.
I hope it's a high caliber.
It is.
with
It is.
I
But,
mean, I hope.
but
No.
You're
What's your
complaining
definition?
about it. Though.
It depends on what your definition of high is.
Meaning, like, I'm talking about like 7.5 and higher.
Okay,
And he would be
I like
pissed.
that.
Hold on.
That's not what I was talking about. But yeah,
He would be pissed if a 7.5 tried to talk to him.
Nah, that's not.
No.
I would say-
Nah,
nah, that's not true.
Now you're treating him like Nico. That's
That's
Nico.
Nico.
No.
Nico
All
status.
right.
That's
He's not that bad, but he would like say to him, so.
I've seen him smash.
Yo, what they call
Sevens.
it? What they call
And
it?
what has he done immediately after that? Yo, boy.
No, that's a mechanism because
Yo,
he
what
don't want to deal with them.
Yo, it's your turn,
What
Ring.
they call it when?
Ring.
What do they call it when rich people go to like the hood sometimes, like just to see what's going on?
Oh, keeping
Wow.
it real?
Nah,
Keeping
nah.
it real?
Your turn, P.
Keeping it real, nigga.
They
What
call
you
it. They
mean?
call it slum something. Slum.
Village?
Nah. I know what you're talking about. It is a term
Slumming.
for it. I think it was just slumming. But
First off, anything with the word slum in it is not good, bro.
It's your turn, P.
Sometimes, every once in a while, I decide to slum it. You feel me? Like
Wow.
green.
every once in a while. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But
What's this on?
It's
Me?
me.
I'm gonna say this.
Back to
I'm gonna
me.
say this, right? At the end of the day, there's a precedent that's set amongst individuals. It's on me.
So me?
It's on him.
There is a precedent that's set amongst individuals subconsciously. At the end of the day, you talk to a woman because she meets your attractive standards. Now, what only matters to you is how long you can deal with this individual. I can't speak on the woman's part, but I will say this: for the most part, from what I've seen, it matters most.
to fuck.
No, not even so much the fuck. The
I'm
financial
just telling
security
you.
that we provide off the initial meet means more than the sexual thing.
Wait. Stop. Right there.
Talk to me.
Off the initial meet, what financial security are we providing?
Now,
'Cause,
hold on.
It's your turn, Reed.
There's none.
Hold on. You doing this subconsciously here now, Yellow. You doing this subconsciously here now, because you can meet a girl at your
Uno.
Damn.
you can meet a girl at your job, and she could say, "Well, is he the mail boy or is he the CEO?" You know what I'm saying? You can meet a girl at
turn, Reed.
at a
No pick and play.
Oof, your turn.
No pick and play.
I ain't even do nothing.
He just called it. He called it.
He called it. You gotta
So,
respect it.
he called it.
You ain't got
You
no
can
green,
meet a
nigga.
girl at the strip club. Hold on. You can meet a girl at the strip club, and she can say to you,
Uno.
"You know what? Hold on, I gotta focus.
Yeah.
Yellow. No pick and play.
Oh.
It's getting nasty out here. What's up?
Blue.
You had that. I forgot you had
Yeah.
that.
Pick and
Yeah,
play.
cut. You had that in the cut.
I gave it back to me. It's
I
blue.
said pick and play. I said
It's
pick
blue.
And play.
It's blue.
I said pick and play.
Pick and play.
Uno out.
Wow.
Niggas should have been saying no Uno out.
Yeah.
Why you ain't say you was the max player?
I had to say pick and play.
Listen, man, y'all made me pick up them cards, so that should actually help me out.
But I will say this though. At the end of the day, I do feel as if like appearance matters in everything that we spoke about today. I mean, just in this last segment, like appearance matters. Like you, as the male, want to feel like, you know, even if it's a physical or anything else, you want to feel like this is the best representation of you.
But
Not always.
Sorry, but
Not always.
But
You don't want the best
man, hold
representation
on.
of all time?
On day one, yeah.
He said the
Hold on.
woman is the best representation of
Yeah, that's what he said.
It's a reflection of you, bro.
But
can be. No, your girlfriend is a reflection of you.
right.
The 1-2 side, 1-2 this, that, the third that
Yeah,
you
they're
decide
not.
to do to get your rocks off, it's not necessarily.
It is, depending on who
We
you
look
know.
at Mr. C differently. With his,
It depends on who
I
you
said,
know.
but that's why I use the word not necessarily.
But
Yeah.
bro,
I said not
hold on. If you knew a chick,
It builds a picture. It definitely builds a
Please,
picture.
let me ask you something.
An overall picture.
Hold on. I'm talking to you now. If you knew a nigga that only hit less attractive women, would you validate his stance and say
No,
he
I'd
gets
say
women?
that. No, I would say he gets women, but I would say that he probably looks for women who have insecurities
But
or things like that.
that goes what I'm saying. Like, yeah, like
Yeah, but that's what I said. Not the one woman. It's the general picture.
yeah,
You're gonna judge someone off their girlfriend and off the collective of girls that they, not just the one-off girl.
But if you
they
just
hit. We
met
all
the
know
man-
a nigga that
if you
just hit a
just
girl
met
that
the
you
man-
probably
hold
shouldn't
on,
have hit.
If you time out.
You don't got no bodies that you probably
You
shouldn't
are
have
a
had.
CEO of a company and you're meeting someone and you're saying, hey, meet me in a, relaxed situation. And he comes and he says, all right, I got a plus one. And he brings his wife and his wife is hit.
That's his wife.
That don't matter to you?
That's his.
it shouldn't matter to him.
It doesn't matter to me.
It shouldn't matter to him.
However, it should, because in the context of what he's talking about, it shouldn't matter at all.
Yeah.
But
It shouldn't, but it does.
No, it don't.
it does.
It
I won't
does.
lie, it
Your
does.
wife,
It does.
your
You gotta have
wife,
an arm piece, bro.
You're bugging.
Your wife and your girlfriend are
Presentable at least.
are a reflection of you.
Right.
Your wife and your girlfriend. The 1-2 woman that you decide to have a night with, right, does not necessarily denote who you are. Now, if
If
there's
it becomes public, yes, it does.
You gonna let me finish, bro?
Yeah, you got to stop that, Reem. Let him talk.
Now, however, if I say, well, I got 30 women here who all fit the same description or pattern, and you deal with them, now that builds a picture. But there's such a thing as outliers. You may have hit one. I'm sure you got a body. You just like, damn, I wish I never did that.
I do.
All right. Is that vindicative of who you are?
No.
Okay.
What I'm telling you is, when we're talking about somebody that's in the public eye with you, her appearance somewhat matters.
No,
Yes,
you're
but that's-
talking about her attractiveness
Keep going
or
back
her
to-
No,
appearance.
Her appearance,
he
not
keeps going back.
attractiveness. Her
Well, that's both.
appearance.
That's
I
both.
said appearance.
Your
No, it's not.
attractiveness
No,
and
it's
your
not.
appearance
No,
is-
it's not. Because your appearance can be top notch, but somebody might not find you attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's right in a sense. There is
Yeah, bro.
there is a slight difference.
Okay.
There
There's
is.
a difference, bro.
I think like being put together well doesn't necessarily mean you have to be super attractive.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if we're talking business, what the hell does attractiveness have to do with
I like
anything?
Summer Walker.
All right, look.
That's a good appearance.
I know.
She's attractive, right?
Yeah, I was trying to say this earlier, but one thing I think men in general need to start doing, you cannot keep letting women slide because they are bad. That's the reason why a lot of women call me mean. They say because they'll do some dickhead shit or talk to me crazy because they're attractive, and then I leave them right there.
But that's a precedent you're setting.
Of course.
Yeah, he wants
But,
to.
what are we letting them slide with?
Talking to niggas however they feel like because
Oh,
they got
nah,
the
that's
privilege.
out.
Because
That's
they
out.
got the privilege of doing it based off how they look.
And
Well,
most
that's
men will
out.
let them slide because of
That's
that.
out.
I mean, he has a point, but if Nikki wants to talk to me any type of way, go ahead.
Any type of way.
Is she
Any-
paying?
Your nickname is bitch, bro.
Is she paying? Hey, yo.
I'm with Nikki.
That's crazy.
I'm with Nikki
My
though.
nickname is bitch.
She call you bitch boy every day.
No, I don't mean nothing to me.
Is she paying? Is she paying?
I get to drive the cars.
Is it?
I get to have some money in my
I
pocket.
ain't doing that for. I ain't doing that for that. I ain't doing that for perks.
For
It gotta be-
perks?
not for perks. Not for
Not
perks.
yeah,
Not for
it gotta
perks.
be some line,
Nah.
bro.
It
Like,
gotta be. It gotta be.
That
it
nigga
gotta
Reed, you ain't got no line,
she's not
son.
calling me bitch boy.
No, her, but a girl that you feel at that level, yeah, you would.
I'm gonna be honest.
Doja Cat
Yeah,
calling
that's
you
what I was
bitch
gonna
boy?
say. Yeah, Doja Cat.
Doja Cat calling you bitch boy. You with it or not?
Not in public.
See, like, I'm
There's
good.
a line though. There's a line
No,
though.
I don't.
There's a line.
No,
though.
no, I'm not letting her
There's
call
a
me
line.
a bitch
Not
boy in public or
Yeah.
in private, nigga.
Private, that's us.
No, because
Private means that's how she really feels.
yeah, and then at some point
I mean,
in
that's us though.
no, but at
That's
some
us.
point, in public, if y'all to get tight, she's gonna call you a bitch boy in front of everybody. You
Now, if
really
she-
gonna
if
feel
she
it.
does that in public now.
What are you
that's
gonna
a whole
do?
different conversation.
Now
Yeah,
you
what are you
OD
gonna
look
do?
like a bitch boy because you let her call you that
First
all the
off,
time
that's
in
a
private,
conversation
and
that
now
when
you
I
got a
cross that
problem
bridge,
because
if
she
it
said
ever
it in
does
front of
happen,
niggas.
I'ma handle it accordingly.
But why?
But what I will
But
say,
why let that bridge even be built?
in the first place.
listen, I let it be built out of respect and comfortability.
No,
you let it
you let it
No,
be
no, no.
built
There's no respect
out
in
of
that.
a lack of respect for yourself.
Yes.
So wait. When you having sex with a shorty, you don't call her certain things in the bedroom.
When I have sex with a shorty, I do the exact same things that I'll do to her in person. In
Cap.
public.
And with that,
Yeah, you should have bought the hats.
Why you say that's cap?
this guy's crazy. So we're gonna start around the room. Yo, Reem, what you learned today, man?
Can I go last?
All right,
I'm trying to process what I learned today. I learned a lot.
Jahia, what you learned today, man?
I learned today that today I'd say that I learned that as a community there may be the willingness to strive towards togetherness, but not the know-how, and you know what I'm saying, and then at least we could start with a starting point based off of the willingness.
Okay.
Can I know we're not supposed to interject. I just want to piggyback off that. The willingness is there, but the point of conversation that we had earlier was now that the willingness has already been achieved, how does the language get received?
When was it achieved, though? The willingness has not been achieved.
Do you feel as a black person that you would never accept black history?
What the hell, nigga? How does that question even make sense? Of course I would. I've been doing it.
That means that's already been achieved.
No, as a group, he started off with community.
We talk about that later. But.
Yeah. Yeah. I learned that generational wealth is for lazy people. And that's what I learned. No, that's not what I said. That's what you said.
Never said that.
You could go back and record, rewind 40 minutes later. That's what you said.
For the
Human
viewers, it is 13:42.
Yeah, like,
You guys can at me,
Yo,
and
bro.
tag me on anything as to what I said.
and you know what's funny?
that promotes
Every
that.
single time you've said that on the podcast, I rewind and you literally said what
But
you said.
Never tagged me in it.
I can do
I'm
that.
asking people to, so do it.
All right. So, Reem, what did you learn?
I learned that, as sad as this sounds, as a black man, I can never expect my community to be a whole. I have to work with my parameters.
Mm-hmm.
That's my highest expectation as a black man, to unify black folks around me. Like, I have to work within my parameters because the expectations of other black folks uniting the same way that I envision has to be clipped to a certain standard because there are other layers that are there. That's what I really learned. I also learned, in a bonus point, that, a lot of times we put emphasis on the future instead of focusing on the right now. And I think that we can accomplish a lot right now that would let the future dictate itself. Pressure is created when we focus too much on the future. And I think that if we focus on the right now and establish and promote the small victories, regardless of whatever it is, that's a stepping stone for the future. So we won't have to.
The present is
So
the future.
no generational wealth.
The present is the
generational
future.
wealth. Stop focusing on the future. Worry
What
about
did
the
you learn
right
today?
now.
Yeah.
On a lighter note, I did learn something after many years of friendship that my dear friend Jahia asks women politely, "May I put you in doggy?"
can't
Man.
respond.
I don't even know what. I
He
don't
said
know.
he said he's as polite in person as he is in the bedroom. He
That's
he
not
acts
what the
accordingly. He
Well, the
acts like,
conversation was, do you do something to women in the bedroom, or you talk to women the same way in the bedroom
Yeah.
that you talk to them in public? And I said, yeah.
exactly. So he asked
So
him
you ain't
politely.
never asked, yo, suck. Yo, you know what? I'm on camera. You know
bro.
what I'm referring to, bro.
Okay.
You've done that.
Does that mean that I wouldn't say that to that same woman in public?
You're
You
not.
wouldn't.
You're not,
You
bro.
wouldn't.
I've been with you,
You
with women. You never
wouldn't.
said that.
You wouldn't. Are you saying you would?
Yo.
Yo. And on that note, catch you next time.
You've never said something like that in public. I've never heard you say